Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bloodborne. I'm your host, Rihanna Bahamut, and this is probably one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 4 at the moment. And, well, recently I just got my Platinum trophy for the game, so I finally feel confident in actually attempting some sort of video series on the thing. Also, Dark Souls 3 is coming out soon, so I kind of wanted to do something to show that I'm actually decent at these games before I attempt something with that, as it will probably kick my ass for quite some time before I actually get used to the game again. Anyway, let's jump in with new game.
Oh, yeah. Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood administration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
And by contract, he means make your character. And in all honesty, I'm not really gonna mess all that much with the character creator because it really doesn't matter all that much. I mean, can't really think of where your name actually pops up, but I'm naturally gonna name him Rion. Where dude, age really has no point. The only thing that really matters, I guess, is origin. And in all honesty, you don't really need to worry too much about your origin, short of going waste of skin, which really, well, makes you underleveled, essentially, to make the game harder. Now, for this run... Oh, which one do I pick? Violent Pass is a nice one for some early damage in the early game. Especially since I've got a specific weapon that I'm planning on using. Professional is good for deck space, obviously. And Military Vet is just decent all around. And yes, Blood Tinge and Arcane are low on these kind of things, but in all honesty, I'm not much of a Blood Tinge or an Arcane build kind of guy. I mean, yeah, there's options for it, but in all honesty, for me, it feels like you're kind of killing your early game for your late game, almost. Anyway, let's go with Military Veteran and just get started.
Good. All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry.
Because you have the face I want to be messing with my blood.
You may think it all a mere bad dream.
Truly the face of a doctor you can trust. A doctor who apparently abandons his patients in the middle of the night with no one around. Hi? Are you a friendly werewolf? At least you look kind of like a werewolf. You're also very bloody. Bad touch? Oh, very bad touch. Quite a lot of bad touch, actually. Now, who are you? I think I used my bad touch joke early. I don't even want to discuss what's going on with your face. Oh my. Friends?
Ah, you found yourself a hunter.
Okay then, so we're some nameless, well, we do have a name. We're some hapless fool who's woken up in a medical clinic, completely abandoned, and there's werewolves afoot. Sounds like my kind of night. Seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. Which kind of is true. Pale blood is kind of like the game's term for, well, for like Cthulian great ones kind of blood. And we're also kind of seeing what I was talking about when I said the character customization doesn't matter. I mean, we already can't see my hair, and we're going to be staring at my back the whole time, so we're not exactly going to see my face. So short of making some great horror, whoa! Ah, dang it. So yeah, this is our first combat. You're kind of really not expected to win this. I mean, you're seeing the kind of damage I'm doing here. And I have beaten this sucker before. It's just a real pain in the butt, and it's almost faster to just die and let yourself get your first weapon. Kind of weird how he just kind of like stop. Oh no, bad. Dang it, I'm in a corner. Yeah, getting in a corner is a death sentence in this game. Oh, dead. And it's our first death. Okay, I think I remember this from Gladiator. If we end up in a field of flowers, then we should not worry because we're already dead. It's indeed a very pretty place. And we have an awful lot of specters hanging out here. These little red blood fountain things are, well, as you can see, we're looking at, well, another player dying. And it looked like that guy killed himself with the effect from one of the weapons we'll get much later. An abandoned doll. I think that's called a mannequin, though. Is it? I'm not sure the technicalities on that. Anyway, the point to die there so quickly is it lets you pick your first trick weapon. You can go with Saw Cleaver, Hunter's Axe, or the Threaded Cane. Threaded Cane is good for skill builds, but it's fairly unwieldy for my taste in the beginning of the game. The Hunter's Axe is pretty good, but it's heavy and slow, so you gotta be careful with that. My personal favorite for the start is the Saw Cleaver. It's good all around. It's got a fast mode, slow mode, and a mix between a short and longish range. And we get our first firearm. The Hunter's Pistol or the Hunter's Blunderbuss. Again, I like the pistol because it shoots faster and I don't use my guns for damage, honestly. And we got our notebook so we can leave messages. Or we jump back in, should probably actually equip our new weaponry. There we go. Saw Cleaver and pistol. And, wait. Don't think we can actually get into the house now. No, we cannot get into the house. So, anyway, Saw Cleaver. It's got a really fast small mode. Then, once you activate it, it hits a very nice range. It's very vertical in its, well, for its R1s, and it hits very wide for its R2. So yeah, early game, I just really like the Saw Cleaver. And now we can go right back to where we died and kill that werewolf. Let's start to actually get into the meat of the game without a whole bunch of loading screens in our way. And right over here, I get all my initial free blood echoes. Now, first thing you want to do normally when fighting is lock on with the R3. Makes it a lot easier to keep your target. That's so much faster to kill without having to mess with your crappy unarmed damage. And welcome to Yarnum. My gosh, this area is pretty. It's also very nicely designed, in my opinion. And we got ourselves some quicksilver bullets, which, as you might imagine, is the ammo for our gun. Okay, can we open the door? Thank you. So our first area of the game is Central Yarnum. Blood vials are our main healing item throughout the game. I just have to hit triangle and bam, I'm healing myself. And here's our first, well, regular enemy. And that's an example of countering. In previous Souls games, you would have to, well, use your shield to knock aside an enemy's blow, and then you would get to do a big ol' counterattack like I just did. Now, you use the gun to stun the opponent while they're in the middle of an attack, and then you can do your counter. I actually do like the change because it's a lot more, for lack of a better term, active than the old counter system. Mainly because you can also do it at a range rather than having to get into someone's face to counter the attack. I could actually be standing quite a ways out of his attack range and then counter the attack and then run in and do my counter. Well, without having the fear of actually getting hurt. And this is our first lamppost. Basically, they sent us back to that dream place we were in earlier, which is where we generally level up, etc. But that doesn't matter at the moment. Another thing to watch out for are these red lanterns, because, well, as you can see at the bottom, that means you can talk to someone here.
Oh, you must be a hunter, and not one from around here either. I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider. You must have had a fine time of it. Yarnum has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't...
Yes, I noticed. They mess with your blood, and then they make you fight werewolves.
I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done. This town is cursed.
It certainly seems that way.
Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good.
Oh, if only you knew how right you were, man. So, I like to think of the Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, what have you, as separated into two distinct phases in the game. First is exploration, what we're doing right now. We have to run around looking for stuff, supplies to help us out, anything to upgrade our gear, etc., so on and so forth. And the next phase is handling good old bosses, which I hope to get us to one by the end of the update. Now, a lot of what you're doing is going to be mainly exploration, with the boss fights being the punctuation mark to finish off an area. And all the boss fights are pretty great and epic looking. I guess there are a couple duds here or there, but still, it's a lot of fun. And I gotta be careful. And that's how you get a counter off from a sneak attack. In all honesty, not worth it in my opinion. As you might notice, you have to do a full-on charge attack in order... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. You have to do a full charge attack on someone's back in order to get them to, well, into a position to visceral attack them. And you've already got your shield up, you bastard. These guys are a pain in the butt. And thank you, Kiba, for getting on my recording again. You always just know how to do it. Best way to handle it is try to lure them into actually attacking, which I'm trying to do here, but this guy just does not want to work with me. Oh well. Or you can just power attack through it if you charge up fully. And I'm pretty sure most players get a lot of... I don't know, they get to see this area quite a bit, as it's one of the best places to actually collect blood vials if you ever run out. And now we've opened up a shortcut. Kind of. Honestly, it's not that much of a cut, given the fact that it only cuts out the little bit on the bridge up there. In all honesty, that gives you a pretty decent... decent position on the enemies here. This is another way that we could have gotten down if I just dropped down and... Huh. There's usually like a dude who can smack the crap out of up here. I guess he just joined in the fight earlier. And yay, more Molotov cocktails. Those are going to be saved for a specific boss later down the line.
Are you that outsider?
Maybe.
Well, sorry, but I don't want anything to do with you.
Well, fine then.
Trot along, will ya?
See if I save you from the werewolves. Now, there's not a lot of, well, outright storytelling like most games. Oh, another person.
Lads, you've come on. You'd open the door on a night of a hunt. Away with you. Now.
Well, fine then. I mean, oh, whoa, hello. All we know about our dude is that he's an outsider to this town. And for some reason wanted blood ministration. Most theories is that we already had some incurable disease in the outside world. And the blood ministration here is kind of like magically powerful and heals almost everything. So yeah, we came here to get healed, and well, the price for our healage was to become a hunter for the night of the hunt. Which is why we gotta go through all this shit. And I see you, bastard. Oh, come on. There we go. I admit, the lock-on can be fairly finicky at times. This can be fairly annoying. Like right there, I couldn't target that. Whoa. I'm amazed you didn't hit me. I always forget about you. But yeah, this little area here is kind of a bitch. Pretty sure a lot of newcomers to the game die here quite a few times just from the sheer amount of enemies we have to deal with. This here we got here 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 melee dudes, and 2 gunners and a dog. And we've got to figure out a way to take them on, well, fairly piecemeal, because if we attack them all at once, you're gonna die. There's no question about that. Well, I guess it is questionable based on your level and later on in the game, but still. Yeah, screw you, buddy. Give me your blood. Okay. I should have managed to lure up a couple of dudes from down there up here, which definitely helps us out. Now let's see. Oh, looks like a group is actually heading off back towards the start. I forgot a group does that. So it's best to run back here, take them out now before they become a real bitch later. What's up, bitch? It's important to know how many attacks you have and how many it'll take to take an enemy down, especially with your stamina. A good idea is to get into a habit of doing something like attacking 3 times and then backing off. Dang it, I'm not entirely certain how to aggro these guys properly. Shoot one in the back. There we go. Yeah, you're not getting me with that, buddy. I'm at the point where 3 hits will kill someone, so it generally fits with myself. Attack a couple of times, back off. Whoa, aw, dang it. You just had to get involved, didn't ya? Oh. It's important to not fight in range of Sir Shoots a lot. He's just someone you don't need to deal with at the time. In fact, let's see. We got 2 guys coming down the stairs. We got 2 over there just standing around. And we have Sir Shooty. Oh, these guys are aggroed. Yeah, there he is. He was having problems getting around that corner. He just couldn't figure it out. He just wanted to kill me that badly? Oh, dang it. Oh well. Let's see if I can just sneak around here. There's not really... Whoa! You saw me. You don't see me anymore. Sneaking in this game is kind of weird. There isn't a whole lot of indication on how well or, well not you are sneaking. Okay, we got one of the shooter dudes down. Okay, where the oh, there's the shield dude. Ooh, cold blood dew. Those act like, I don't know how to put it, portable souls, I guess. I generally hoard them. And basically use them in case I like run out of a bunch of souls, need to buy up supplies, etc. They're my fallback in case of shit getting bad.
This dance finished.
And then at the very end of the game, I just go on a crazy binge spree with them. Oh, hi, dog. Whoa. Okay, the dog was acting a bit weird there. Usually they start off with their lunge attack. And you were just mesmerized by that fire, aren't you, dude? Ah, dang it. And another system I forgot to mention is... I'm not entirely sure what the name for it is, but basically when I get hurt, I don't... well, I do take all the damage initially, but you can see it remain as like an orange part of my health bar. And if I hit enemies while it's all orangey, then, well, I get it back. It's a very nice system that rewards aggressive play. But in all honesty, come the end game, I tend to not follow through with it a whole bunch. Mainly because I'm a huge coward and prefer to survive more than use up my blood vials than to take a huge risk to get my health back.
I don't reckon you're from round here.
Why does everyone say that?
Stuck outside on a night of the hunt. Oh, you poor, poor thing.
I have a feeling that was sarcasm. I'm hurt, good sir. Hurt. And now we get to meet the last enemy that we're really going to be running into quite a bit. Well, okay, there's one other one we're going to be running into quite a bit. I just call these guys the ogres because they remind me of them. Whoa! Ah, dang it. And that was actually a perfect opportunity to repulse this guy. Basically, the best way to handle the ogres is to counter their attacks. Okay, you gonna actually do something, dude? Or you're just gonna keep lumbering towards me? There we go. That move where they just raise their hand to swing their brick at you is the move that I tend to try to counter the most. The charge is also fairly easy to counter, but I was healing at that moment, so I couldn't really, well, shoot him. And we got ourselves our torch. It does exactly what you imagine. It lights up dark places. And now, as I recall... Ah, here we are. A nice little... I guess it's kind of a shortcut. It just leads to another area early. And yes, I am killing the dogs in the friggin' cages. I hate these dogs. Even though I do love most dogs, those ones... These bad dogs. Very bad doggies. Whoa! Okay, that was a complete botch. I tried to do a drop attack on him. These guys also are a fairly decent distraction for the loose dogs running around here. Because, well, they are constantly barking at the moment. And Is this the way I wanted to go? I can't remember which way I wanted to go. I think this is... yes. Basically, if I continued on the normal path, we would end up in a rather large melee with a whole bunch of villagers who also have dogs, which is not a very fun fight to just take head on. I will do the fight in a little bit, but still, I like to do this to open up a shortcut in a second. Also, just for Team 4-Star, hi, Grandpa! And that's the only time I'm going to be doing that. The normal maximum for both bullets and blood vials is 20. Which is actually quite a bit and fairly generous. Ooh, nice. We're actually almost up to, well, we're almost to full blood vials. And this opens up the quick way back to our starting lantern. And that's one of the main reasons that I try to open up this route as soon as possible. This is also part of what my route for when I farm blood vials later on in the game. Well, if I have to. Honestly, I have to do it less and less the more I play the game, but still. Main reason is because of these dudes. These guys are worth like 3 blood vials usually. Now, come on, swing that brick. There we go. Oh, dang it. Why isn't that a one-hit kill yet? And quit giving me your shining coin drop. That's supposed to be your rare drop, dang it. Hi. Whoa, okay. I don't like to try to counter that one. That one's funky. Boosh. Okay. You two are down. And there we go, 2 blood vials. They drop 2 to 3 usually. And over here we have an elevator that won't be relevant till later. Anyway. If we just go... Nope, I'm lost. Dang it. I wanted to go into the house. Here we are. After I kill the 2 guys down here, then I go up here. Sometimes kill him. And usually don't bother with you. Mainly because you're a non-issue, basically. He usually doesn't aggro until you actually go for that cold blood dude there. Zip. Now this little route also lets me skip these 2 fuckers. These 2 are what normal werewolves are like. And this actually gives me an easier way of handling them, as we'll see as soon as I can aggro them. Bitch, I'm over here. Come on. There we go. Because they can't fit through doors. Ah, dang it. Come on, let me target. There we go. Hi there. And now, he's stuck in the doorway, so... But he can still hit me through it. Oh god, oh god. Admittedly, this may have been a mistake. I am fairly underblooded. And this option just lets me sit back and take my... Whoa. I swear, there's so many times where it looks like he's gonna go through the door, but isn't able to. Gotta use them charge attacks or you're doing no damage to these guys too. They're a complete pain in the ass if you just take them on normally up there in open cover where they can just surround you and just gang you. They are also worth quite a few blood vials if I can pick up, yeah, there we go, 3. Come on. He kind of wants you to attack again. There we go. I could try to counter him, but I'll be honest, I am not the best when it comes to countering. There are a few enemies that I have gotten the timing down on pretty darn well, like the giant ogre dudes. But in general, against smaller enemies, I tend to be opportunistic with it. If I can see it coming, I'll go for the riposte. If not, I'm just going to try to dodge instead. Could have sworn there was something shiny back here. Yes, there is. Bloodstone shards. I've actually grabbed a couple so far, but I don't think I mentioned that they are what upgrade your weaponry. Which is very nice for the moment, since we actually can't upgrade our stats yet. Ooh, I think I managed to get one of the dogs away from the group. And this is that hunting party I was talking about earlier that could kind of fuck you up if you just come up here without knowing what's going down. This lets me get him from behind the controlled choke point so that I can basically handle this at my leisure without having to worry about it. Because one thing that Bloodborne has definitely changed up from the Soul series is that it really likes large groups of enemies. You gonna actually come at me, dog? Okay. Yeah, you ain't getting me, fool. There we go. So, like I was saying, this game really loves large, well, much larger groups of, oh god, another dog. I forgot there were 3 instead of just 2. And that's a lot of blood. So yeah, we're now back at that Fountain Plaza where we fought the first ogre. And as you can see, several people have died here recently. Okay. And also for those playing at home, you don't get the ability to actually upgrade your stats until you get Insight. Which is, well, if you look in the upper right hand corner, you see my blood echo count and an eyeball. The eyeball is my Insight count. I'm at 0, so yeah. Yes, and over here we have, well, I guess one of the last few of the enemies before you would normally fight a boss. We're actually not going to go and fight the first boss yet. Dang it. That was horribly timed. Okay, come on, swing that brick. What? Could have sworn I got that. Okay, my timing is now off. I'm gonna die. There we go. And 2 blood vials. I'm right back at 20. So yes, the crows. Crows seem pretty weak, and they are, but that freak out attack they do actually hits for quite a bit of time. Oh, whoa. And if they start to get in sync, they will just mess your shit up. Alright. And right back there is going to be where we're going to be fighting the first boss, but we're not going to do that yet. I'm currently going to continue on in exploration mode while we've actually gotten a lot of the area cleared. Okay, this way. Because in all actuality, the boss up there is completely optional. Actually, a lot of the bosses in Bloodborne are optional. There's only like, I think it's 8 or 9 that you absolutely have to kill. Oh yes, and that's where I started my dog massacre. I am not a fan of you dogs. Can't remember if... Okay, yeah, I'm not about to be double teamed. At an open intersection like that, always be careful of getting the double team. It really doesn't take much to kill you, and if someone suddenly comes up from behind, you're going to eat a lot of damage. Now let's see who that dog was bothering.
You're a hunter, aren't you?
Yes.
Then, well, do you know of any safe places?
Not at the moment, no.
I've heard I have. Shutting up indoors isn't always enough. Well, if you hunters got off your asses, you wouldn't be in this mess.
Hey, lady, I just got here.
So help me, you here?
I am?
So what'll it be? Are you going to tell me you're not?
Nope.
Yeah, I should have known. You're good for nothing. No respect for the elderly is what that is.
Lady, it's not like I got some orientation on exactly what I'm supposed to be doing here tonight. It's always fun to just roll through barrels to destroy them. This is actually kind of a secret area up here. But you gotta be very careful. Because as you might imagine, dropping is always an option and it always hurts. See if I can do it this. There we go. I've actually fallen off of these walkways trying to cut those bodies down to get their treasures. More dew for the dew god. The problem is that you normally take a step forward whenever you attack. Which is fine when you're on the offense trying to keep an enemy on their toes. But when you're trying to cut something down and not fall to your death, it's kind of a... yeah. And hey, our first friendly NPC!
Oh. A hunter, are you? And an outsider?
Yes.
What a mess you've been caught up in. And tonight of all nights. Here, to welcome the new hunter.
Bold hunter's marks are very nice. Basically, they let you return to the hunter's dream without actually, well, needing a lantern or dying.
For the worst. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now.
So what does that make you? Anyway. I'm hoping to complete her quest to, well, full completion, because you get something very, very nice at the end that I very much like. And I'm trying to remember the way back without actually falling to, well, falling and getting really hurt. Because I recall there being a way, I just can't remember it off the top of my head at the moment. And you also have to be very careful going down because there's enemies afoot, as you might imagine. You can see that guy with a spear, and there's a dude down there with a torch. And since I actually went and did this without clearing out the very front of an area, there's actually, yeah, that dude down there. And we're actually dealing with beastmen now. Let's see. You get your back turned. Where did the torch dude go off to? I don't see his light. Oh well, nothing ventured. Ow, my knees! No, you went back up here. The werewolves are a lot tougher than the normal villagers, as you can see. They also wield some very weird weapons. I mean, this guy is using a giant saw as a sword. I'm not questioning that you can use it like that. I'm questioning why. I mean, we saw other dudes with actual, like, weaponry. Why use a saw that's really not meant for this kind of combat for this purpose? And I got an extra present for you. Oh, it's getting all over me. And yes, there is a gunner down here. Just for that final surprise as you're in the middle of a combat with these new guys who take a lot more damage to take down. And then suddenly, bam, you get shot upside the head. Hello there. Have you seen me? Not sure if you have, but... I missed! Back off, back off, back off. Oh god, that went horribly. There we go. A favorite tactic of mine, especially once I get my preferred weapon for the game, is actually to hide around like a pillar like this so an enemy has to come around to get at you, and then charge up your power attack and then lay it into them as they come around the corner. It sets up very well, and it will normally help you out a lot since, well, the enemy won't be able to really see it coming, and they'll most likely get stunned because power attacks have a lot of force behind them. And as I recall, this place has a couple spear werewolves, and a pair of gunners over there. Don't remember where the spear dudes show up from. Oh wait, there he is, way back there. Ah, crap. And I got shot. Spear dude should be, yep. Oh, what? Ow! The spear dudes are actually the tougher of the Wolfman guys. So the fact I managed to kill one earlier without any fight is, well, it's definitely a blessing. Ooh, and an oil urn. Once again, I have plans for these things. I'm pretty sure quite a few people who've played the game know which boss I'm planning on using the urns and Molotovs for, but we'll get to that later. Thankfully, these guys take quite a while to reload, so it's not that difficult once you get them into a one-on-one situation to just run up and start slashing them. Alright, now that this area is generally clear so I don't have to worry about being sniped from above, we can head back into the main building. Here's your entrance, there we go. And actually try to collect some of the treasures down here. Since there's actually no ladder down here, you have to fall down. Ow, my ankles. There's also some enemies down here. The giant rats! Oh crap. Yeah. Do not underestimate these little dudes, especially in large groups. If you do see them do any form of like rearing back, that means that they're about to leap on you. So back up. Or at least sidestep. Oh, we got our first Madman's Knowledge. Basically, you use them, get free insight. Very handy. And I could actually use it right now, and the next time we go to the Hunter's Dream, I can actually improve my stats. Now let me see. Here we go. Gotta go back in, drop in on the other side, so that we can fully complete this area. Oh, hi. And I may be wrong, but as I recall, there are some rats later that can cause poison with their hits. I might actually be thinking of Dark Souls, but either way, do you want to have an open festering wound from a giant rat that looks like that? Oh, what are you doing, Ratty? Ooh, throwing knives, nice. And we got our first alternate weapon, the Saw Spear. Since everything's dead, might as well put it in my alt slot. Now in its closed form, it acts just like our saw blade. Opened, and well, it's a spear. And I might be wrong on this, let me see. And yes, this one is more skill-based. So it's a very nice backup weapon if you went with the... whatchamajingus, the Gentleman's Cane at the start. And since they're so similar, I'm going to be sticking with the Saw Cleaver. It's going to be my go-to weapon for the start of the game. Yes, and along here, you want to be careful, because crows like to perch up on those beams. And if they fall and get the drop on you, it'll be bad times. And looks like there's nothing down here. And now, once again, we're going back so we can actually collect some treasure, since we've kind of cleared out this area. Oh, there you are. Ascend! And thank God there's a dash button for going up ladders. Lord knows it'd be annoying if you couldn't. As you might notice, there's... Whoa. Okay, his body started twitching. That freaked me out there for a second. And we got some more crows. I always seem to shortchange the distance on my Saw Cleaver, thinking it's a bit longer than it is. I saw you bitches down, and there's actually one more back here. And yes, I have played this a bit too much and know where the ambushes are. Learning the enemy placements is very helpful. Because if you remember where you got completely ambushed and slaughtered, odds are it won't be happening again because it isn't a surprise. And another blood shard. These are all going to be very important for my plans, yes. And I will make an effort into showing off some of the other weaponry. But the unfortunate fact is, with the kind of game Bloodborne is, you really can't split your growth too much. True, you can grind as much as you want. But let's face it, grinding isn't all that fun. Although admittedly, later on there are some very easy ways to grind up a crap ton of souls in the late game. But we'll get to that once we actually start getting there. And more Madman's knowledge. Insight in this game actually has quite a few interesting effects. And oh, we got a dead ogre. Like I said, best way to fight these guys is to learn their pattern and then just counter them. Because as you might notice, that pretty much slaughters them, and they are a very annoying enemy. Mainly for the fact, well, that... how do I put it? Basically, they don't get hit stun nearly as much as any other enemy. So odds are, if you're trying to take a swing, they're gonna just take a swing and knock you on your ass.
Who are you? I don't know your voice, but I know that's not.
Sorry, I knew I needed to take a bath. I'm kind of covered in blood at the moment.
Daddy never came back from the hunt, and she went to find him, but now she's gone too. I'm all alone and scared.
Well, how can we refuse to find the girl's mother?
My mum wears a red jeweled brooch. It's so big and beautiful. You won't miss it. Oh, I mustn't forget. If you find my mum, give her this music box.
Well, thank you.
It's one of Daddy's favourite songs. And when Daddy forgets us, we play it for him so he remembers. Mum's so silly running off without it.
This is actually kind of an important item for one of the bosses. I mean, it's entirely possible to beat the boss without that much difficulty without it, but it helps out a lot if you have it. Also, we opened up a shortcut back to the Fountain Plaza. Finding shortcuts and opening them all up is very important in this game. Especially when you die. Because, well, whenever you die, you appear right back at a lantern. And if you don't have a nice, easy way to get to the boss that killed you, well, you're kind of out of luck and have to just get through everything again. Also, meet the drowned corpses, as I like to call them. They have crazy long reach with their arms, as you might notice. So, using the saw cleaver's open form and just R1ing it is the best way I've found to handle them. Also, I see you, crow. Oh, there's another crow, and he's actually trying to crawl towards me. Oh well. And as you might imagine, all of these are drowned bodies. Yeah, these guys also have like a barfing attack. Not entirely certain what makes them use it, but... Oh yeah, there it is. As you might imagine, don't stand in that stuff. So for this, just try to activate them one or two at a time, and then just handle them very slowly and very carefully. Bloodborne, well, and the Soul series as a whole, rewards patience and careful planning. If you act stupid and rush out and just try to wail on enemies, you're gonna die. Oh. We got two of you. There's another one right there. Now I'm going to have a crap ton of... Ow. Echoes for leveling up when we actually do get back to the Hunter's Dream. Oh, hello, you've woken up. Oh, it's because I grabbed the pebble that was on the pile there. Because, yeah, that's the reward for going through this whole group. A friggin' pebble. Not all that glitters is gold, I suppose. And, oh, there you are. Thought there was one more of you. And once again, I'm using my tactics of... Ah, dang it. Okay, backing off and healing. Alright, there we go. Now to handle you crow bastards. First, you get down. Ow, ow, ow. Like I said before, the crows may not do much damage, but they hit a lot of times. So that can really add up, and I just fell down the stairs, didn't I? Yeah, a couple more corpses down here. Back off. That guy looks like he's stuck on those planks, and... You scared me, Sir Ghost! Well, I guess I might as well explain the ghost. Basically, since I am playing online, I'll see the ghosts of other players as they are, well, playing. We can't actually interact with each other. It's... I guess it's just the freak players out and think, oh god, I just got invaded, didn't I? Oh, crap. As you can see there, I misused my stamina and wasn't able to just back off once I hit my limit. One very nice thing for Bloodborne compared to Dark Souls is that using your dodge does not cost nearly as much stamina as Dark Souls does. So you can actually dodge quite a bit. I mean, look at how little I'm using up my stamina there. Yep. And right down there is kind of a mid-boss, the Man-Eater Boar. He's not really required at the moment. And there's actually a much better way of handling him than just charging right down the hall at him. Because he can kill you in like 1 or 2 hits. Yep, and right over here, it's our last shortcut of Central Yharnam. And, oh god, what am I covered in? It's green and oozy! Ugh! Can I roll it off? Ew. Anyway, we're back where we fought the twin ogres. And one of them over there's still kind of twitching. Which is very handy since this is the closest shortcut to, I'd call, the first real big FU boss. Especially since he's only the second boss in the freaking game. We won't be challenging, well, we probably won't be challenging him this video, as we're already at an hour. And we have a whole army charging at us here. But as you might notice, I'm trying to not attack them at the moment. I'm waiting for that! Whoa, dang it. I accidentally hit square, which put me into a... I don't know what was my square. I'm reaching for my ass animation. Ah, dang it. Yeah, I also forgot to mention hitting X twice, I think is what it is. Yeah. Makes you do little emotes. Which is a complete pain in the ass when I'm trying to click on something and then I start activating emotes on accident. Hello up here. Yeah, it's gonna come play with me. Come on. Come on, buddy. You wanna play? You wanna go? Whoa. I timed that wrong. Well, more like I did have my finger on the trigger waiting for him to charge me. And that's another ogre down. Seriously, fighting these guys were a royal pain in my ass before I figured out, hey, why don't I counter these guys? And actually learn the timing. Once I did that, they actually became fairly easy to kill. Until then, those guys were friggin' roadblocks, because they have a lot of HP, they don't flinch on a hit, and they also, well, do quite a bit of damage. And right there we have our man-eater board. Let's go fist it in the ass. I wish I was joking. So we walk up, charge, boom, and boom. Right in the pooper. And he's down. And he also drops quite a few blood vials. I wouldn't really call him a farmable one, but either way, it's a nice reward. And we also got the Saw Hunter. Whoa, 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 I'm going the wrong way. Holy crap. I almost killed myself there. Holy crap. Okay. Anyway, as I try to recover from that, basically the Saw Hunter badge that I picked up, it basically lets me... Oh, how do I put it? It lets me buy new stuff at the store in the Hunter's Dream. You find new badges, that means you can buy new stuff, plain and simple. Speaking of which, it's actually... Oh well, we're pretty much done with exploring Central Yarnum. Pretty much right up those stairs over there is the... Well, the main boss of the area, so... Let's just head on back to the Hunter's Dream and prepare to fight our first boss. And my gosh, do I need a bath. Holy crap. Guess that's what I get for rolling around in the poo water. Ugh. True, at this moment I could probably use the bold Hunter's Mark to just return to the Hunter's Dream without having to worry. But I'm a hoarder. I'm sorry, I can't change it. It's been ingrained in me from RPGs I've played for years. I tend to not use items unless I absolutely need to. Before I forget... There we go. Let's quickly use Madman's knowledge to give us one insight. And back to the Hunter's Dream. And the doll's awake. And she's pretty much our maiden in black, the emerald effigy, etc., so on and so forth. And what's this? Ah, yes, the old Hunter's Bell. Basically, it's our cooperative play. We use that in order to actually get people to help us out. Who's this dude?
You must be the new hunter.
Welcome to the hunter's dream. This will be your home. For now.
Well, it is rather nice.
I am... Gammon. Friend to you hunters. You're
sure you are.
Fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good.
Are you sure?
You know, it's just what hunters do. You'll get used to it.
I assure you I am already fairly used to it. Now, right over here is our weapon upgrade station. And as I said before, I'm basically going to be upgrading the saw cleaver mostly at the start. And dang it, I'm one short to be able to get +2. Oh well. And that's another reason why it's hard to really use multiple weapons. Because after a certain point in the game, if your weapons aren't plussed, it's not going to do crap. And there's only so many good sources of the bloodstone shards for you to have. And over here is where we can mess with runes, but we can't do that yet until we kill a certain boss later. And over here is the insight trader. You sell you trade insight for items and boss gear, basically. And right here is our store, the Bath Messengers. So they sell blood vials, quicksilver bullets, Molotovs, which are very nice for a certain boss. The pungent blood cocktails are... I don't know, I've never really used them much. I mean, they're supposed to be a distraction. You throw them out and monsters get distracted and try to poke around at it. I've never really put them to much good use because, well, you've seen how I generally play. I know, learn where enemies are and generally figure out how to bait them out and then kill them. And since we picked up the saw badge, we can actually buy the starting weapons, the hunter's axe and the threaded cane. Not going to do that for now, but still. And we can actually get some friggin' gear. Our starting armor is very bad. And in all honesty, you can pretty much get through the entire game just wearing the Yarnum set here. And I am actually going to just buy it all. Because it is very handy this early in the game. So let's actually check it out. I mean, like, you can actually just look at the difference in numbers there. There's a good 20 to 30 point boost across the board for everything, pretty much. Except for versus Blunt, but whatever, it's still a lot better. And for the Yarnum set, we got a straight 50 to our physical defense. That's quite a bit. And, well, general increases all over the place. And our gloves are in, well, it's not nearly as good, but gloves are basically a pretty shitty slot anyway. Same for your pants, I guess. But still, our defense now overall is pretty darn good, and, well, you're going to see me looking like this throughout most of the game. And again, this is another point against character customization, like I said earlier. Because, I mean, what of me do you see right now? You see a little bit of my hair in the back and maybe my eyes. It's like, it's nice that you do have a character customizer. I just wish that it felt more like I could see more of it. And we got some stuff that basically lets us end the cooperation with, like, the side scene blank, etc.
Hello, good hunter.
Oh, go ram it. I always end up doing some sort of pose in front of here.
Here in this dream to look after you. Honorable hunter, pursue the echoes of blood.
Way ahead of you, lady.
And I will channel them into your strength.
Okay.
You will hunt beasts, and I will be here for you, to embolden your sickly spirit.
Hey, my spirit isn't sickly.
Very well. Let me stand close.
And now we get to up our stats. I'm mainly going to be focusing on vitality, endurance, strength, or skill. But it's actually going to probably be more vitality, endurance, and strength. Skill will probably come later, especially with the weapon I'm planning on using, but still. Blood Tinge... I'm sorry, I'm really not a fan of using the guns as, well, primary weapons. One, they're limited in ammo, and some of the later guns that do good damage actually use multiple bullets a shot. So, while they can do decent damage, you're only gonna get like 5 or 6 good shots off before you're run dry. You do have the ability to just draw your own blood and make your own bullets, but... well, it's situationally good idea if you're focusing on Blood Tinge, but once again, I'm fairly paranoid, so I don't really mess with that all that much. Arcane, however, endgame, it can be fairly amazing if you get some of the really, really good arcane items. And again, they use your silver bullets, so that's their limiting factor instead of like mana or something. And, well, generally they do better damage than the bullets, in my opinion. Especially the very last one you can get is a holy crap. I generally get up to, I think it's 10 for the really good support ones. So at some point I'm going to be doing that. But still, it's definitely a toss-up because at the start you can't really put points into Arcane. Because for quite a long time, you're not going to have anything that really scales well off of Arcane. So it's fairly useless to you. I mean, if I put a point into it, I get 3 physical defense. I totally need that. Let's see here. And it's around here you also can get some item rate increase. Which, okay, that's nice, but not going to consider that worth it, if that makes any sense. So yeah, at this point I'm going to put a point into strength to get up to 15, and then I'm going to start pumping vitality up to about 20 before I start with any other stat. Because you need HP! HP makes it so that you're not dead. That is a very good thing.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
I will certainly try, lady. And with that, I think I will cut the episode here and make the next one the boss videos. So, generally trying to keep them separated like that. One was going to be exploring the entire area. The next video is being me trying to fight the bosses. Those will probably be shorter, given the fact that I actually know what I'm doing. I fought the bosses before, but I'm probably still going to die a few times. Hopefully not so much against some of the earlier ones, but I'm rambling. Either way, thank you all for watching. I'm Rihanna Bahamut, and I hope to see you all again next time.